Growing your business into a money tree, video 7, deliver what you promise. The ability to generate sales is by far the #1 skill required for small business success. If you can't sell your products or services, you will have no revenue and your business simply won't survive. However, the ability to sell is not enough. You also have to produce your products or services while performing the required administrative functions such as invoicing customers, collecting money, paying bills, filing tax returns, and evaluating financial results. All of these activities need to be accomplished in coordination with a formula that results in net profit. This formula doesn't just happen because you wave a magic wand. You make it happen by understanding the numbers that must come together to equal net profit. You implement this knowledge by making judgments and skillfully performing the necessary tasks so that you achieve the desired results. Numbers are not easy to decipher. Many small business owners don't understand them, and it is a primary reason people fail to stay in business. Their efforts don't result in making enough money because they don't understand what it really takes. Building a successful business for most people requires that you deepen your existing skills while developing new ones. Most importantly, you learn to manage yourself better. Everything else flows from that ability. I advocate a success by the numbers approach to managing yourself and your business. Understanding the numbers must be the foundation from which all of your management decisions flow. This is one of the reasons that my clients and I have been so successful. Understanding the numbers is so important because as your business grows, you need to make sure that you have built a sustainable business model. Put simply, will your vision result in a profit that can be repeated? Making sales is your #1 priority because without sales, you have no place else to go. However, it won't do you any good to make sales at any price. You need to make sales at a price and a volume that is enough to pay the expenses of the organization and earn a net profit. If you could sell your products or services at any price, managing the rest of the numbers would be easy. For example, if you are a highly successful professional athlete or entertainer, your gross revenues would be so much it wouldn't really matter what your expenses are because you would be making such a large net profit. You don't need to understand the numbers because controlling the expenses is not that critical to your success. The rest of us live in a more typical world without the luxury of selling our products and services at such exorbitant rates. The prices we can charge are always going to be limited by the competition. So we have to make sure that our business expenses are in line with a certain formula. That formula is net profit. It really comes down to a balancing act between what we charge, how much we sell, what we spend to make those sales, and what we spend to otherwise support our organization. Building a sustainable business model requires an understanding of how these components come together to form a business that will result in net profit. Our ability to put it all together is always going to be limited by the mix of numbers that are involved. Let's start by taking a look at the formula for net profit. Let's keep this real simple right now. The formula for net profit is sales minus cost of sales equals gross profit. Gross profit minus overhead equals net profit. The 3 major components of net profit are 1, sales, 2, cost of sales, and 3, overhead. From a financial perspective, you need to learn the relationship between the 3 components and then manage the activity that results in an acceptable level of net profit. It is kind of complicated to explain in a video. We do cover the numbers much more in depth in our courses on starting and running a small business. I am very appreciative of the time you have taken to watch these videos, so I want to leave you with a gift. I am going to tell you the absolute key to taking a success by the numbers approach. Please remember what I'm about to say. You don't need to understand it right now, but it is the key to business success. There is a mathematical relationship between the component parts of sales, cost of sales, and overhead that results in a specific amount of net profit. The name of that formula is break-even point, and it informs you of the amount of sales required to pay all of the expenses of the business so that neither a profit nor a loss is incurred. Therefore, your net profit or loss is 0. You can also use the formula to understand what it takes to earn a specific amount of net profit. Here is the break-even formula. Sales minus cost of sales equals gross profit. Gross profit minus overhead equals 0. Do you want to get in business to stay? Would you rather be good than lucky? I hope you answer yes to both questions. The ability to build a sustainable and profitable business will be based on skill and purpose-driven if you understand the break-even formula and how it applies to your particular business. It is the absolute key to understanding the numbers. Don't feel bad if you don't understand it right now. There isn't enough time to give you enough information. It takes more study and experience. Sometimes you just need to keep reviewing the numbers, and then one day you begin to see the light. Your goal is to understand the activity that must take place to earn a certain amount of net profit. You then use your business and management skills to make it all come together. How do you make it all come together? You take a systematic approach. Let me tell you a story that illustrates the idea of a systems approach. After conducting a small business workshop a few years ago, a family approached me asking for an opinion regarding buying a Subway franchise. I asked why were they interested and then said, you could just open your own sandwich shop. They responded, Subway has a great system. That is true. Subway has developed an incredible business model that makes Subway a lot of money. We proceeded to discuss what they already knew. They would have to pay Subway a franchise and training fee, a percentage off the top of their sales, otherwise known as royalties, and make monthly contributions to an advertising pool. In addition, the family would have little flexibility in how they operated their franchise. What they would really be buying is a job, and not a very high-paying one at that. Subway will teach us about the business, was their justification. I replied, what will they teach you? I can show you how to make a sandwich if that is what you need to know. I offered to meet with the family to explore other options. They didn't want to hear it. What they really wanted from me was confirmation that a Subway franchise was a guaranteed winner. I didn't agree with them, so there was no reason to meet. This family couldn't get past the notion that Subway has a great system, and I might as well have been speaking a foreign language by suggesting they create their own. I didn't talk about this family to dissuade you from buying a franchise, though I am no fan of franchising unless my client is the franchisor. This family story portrays the appeal of buying a system versus creating one. The choice is one of fool's gold. It may be shiny on the surface, but underneath is not nearly as valuable as it seems. You must find your own system of success if you truly want to be king or queen of your own world. You do so by using a framework whereby you find your own solutions. Become enslaved to the idea of developing systems that you own and which serve your interests. It doesn't matter how you get them, just that you do. Starting your business from scratch is completely different than buying a franchise. When you buy a franchise, you get an owner's manual with supposedly all of your answers. When starting your own business, you need to develop the owner's manual yourself. You first need to discover what works for you, make decisions to keep repeating what works, write down those steps so it becomes a system, discipline yourself to enforce the system, and then teach others to follow it. That is how you build your own money tree that keeps producing profits. What kind of systems do you need to run a business? How about systems of marketing and selling? How about systems to manage employees and cash flow? Take every aspect of your business and make it a system from the apparent mundane task of answering the telephone all the way through evaluating the financial results every month. As you continue your education with me, you will learn a systematic approach to negotiating better deals for yourself with employees, customers, vendors, and landlords. You will learn to manage the money by taking a systematic approach to evaluating the key numbers. You will turn that knowledge into systems of scoring so that you bring the runs across home plate consistently and frequently. Finally, you will put it all together by systematic learning to do what makes money so that you deliver on the promises you made to yourself when you first went into business. What immediately comes to mind when you hear the words deliver what you promise? Many people will think that this is going to be about pleasing customers. To me, delivering what you promise to your customers is a marketing and business strategy. it is not one that necessarily translates into profit. This may sound cynical, but the idea of delivering what you promise to your customers is not a strategy always followed in big business. The one more commonly employed is promise everything, then deliver something less and hope you don't get sued. All of us need to deliver on what we promised to ourselves when we made the decision to go into business. Don't we all make a promise to build a better life? We certainly don't go into business to work hard or to be frustrated for the rest of our lives. Perhaps your definition of a better life is different than your neighbor's. You need to give it thought and visualize how you want your business to look and then set out to build it. However, dreaming about building a successful business is not enough. You need to develop the eye of the tiger. Do you think that Tiger Woods stands on the tee of the first hole of a golf tournament visualizing the trophy he wants to earn by the end of the week? If he does, it would only be for a fleeting second. He focuses on the very next shot, the task at hand. It has become a cliche in golf that championships are won one stroke at a time. It happens to be true. They certainly are not won by thinking about the trophy. What about that trophy? It must play an important part. Obviously, the idea of winning is a motivating factor for Tiger Woods. It certainly is a driving force behind all of the thoughts and actions that must take place for him to win. A vision of winning is important to all of us. It must be the driving force of what gets you up every morning to face the battle of that particular day. Taking home a trophy from a golf tournament is easy to define as a win for Tiger Woods. Taping the lifetime records of Jack Nicklaus on his bedroom wall as a small boy serves as the ultimate goal for Tiger Woods. He wants to be the best golfer ever, so his target is the lifetime record of Jack Nicklaus. None of these individual milestones would happen for Tiger Woods just because he wants them badly. It is not enough to concentrate on winning as your vision. Goal setting and all that entails is a common element of most successful people. Being outside is also common for everyone who walks through the front door. So what? Neither goal setting nor walking outside buys you a cup of coffee in the morning. Everyone who writes a book or tells a story after achieving success in business can recall the goals and visions that served as motivating factors. Everyone who failed can also remember them. You don't read books written about people that failed because who wants to read about failure? It taps into our own fears. We want to dream about success. Goal setting and a vision are common elements of both successful and unsuccessful people. So go ahead, visualize what you want to achieve, whether that is a specific amount of money or to be in control of your own destiny. It is unimportant to me how you define winning. It should matter a great deal to you what your winning would look like. After all, it is your life, so build the one of your dreams. Go ahead, think about winning for a fleeting second every day. Remind yourself that you want to take home the trophy of life. Then get to work to accomplish all of the little tasks that will lead you there. Practice with a purpose. Learn to drive, chip, and putt well. Find a swing that works for you and then repeat it. Think your way through each day just like Tiger Woods thinks his way around a golf course. He wants to hit a golf ball to a certain spot, and he does whatever it takes to develop the skill to achieve that goal one stroke at a time. What I just said sums up what is common to winning at anything, especially business. Take one step, make one sale, manage one employee, and do what it takes to develop your skills so you can achieve your goals one task at a time. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed learning the many things presented to you in these 7 videos. Consistent success in business requires a constant search to increase your knowledge and expand your horizons. The world is moving so fast these days that the person who says it can't be done is generally interrupted by someone doing it. Please come along for the ride by continuing your education with me. Take action now and invest in yourself. Your first step is to read or listen to my book. I look forward to seeing you on your way to building the business of your dreams.